Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this Friday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and by my side, Clark Kellogg and the sharpshooter Steve Kerr. So for the Lakers, their last game, a loss to the Jazz.
Yeah, it seemed to me their three-point shooting was their own worst enemy in that game, Clark. I mean, even their wide-open looks weren't falling.
Yeah, and I'm sure when they think back on that game, Steve, their main regret is going to be that they didn't get away from the three-point shot early on. They kept going to it.
So here's Miami's starting group. Mario Chalmers in the electric. D. Wade at the guards. Shane Battier is out there with Chris Bosh. And it's LeBron in at the small forward position. And for the Lakers, Kobe and men at the wings with Big Pau Gasol at the 4. Nash out there with Howard.
You know, the Miami Heat are relatively young as a team in terms of NBA history. Joined the league in 1988, but really hit the ground running and have been a force in the East since they became part of the league.
A good way to get things started here.
Steve, always nice to get the first points up on the board. At least I felt that way.
Here's Wade. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Well, you look at the Heat, you take away the first 3 years of the franchise as they were building from scratch. Since 1991, they have only missed the playoffs 5 times. Steve, I think that's an amazing stat.
Yeah, the franchise quickly came in and established itself way back as one of the tougher opponents to deal with in the East. They've done a nice job of establishing themselves as a model organization in the NBA over the years.
That's good.
That's what he does. Attack the heart of the defense and get straight to the rim.
Right now we're going to go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. What'd you find out, Doris?
This game is their first against the new-look Lakers, and Coach knows that they have to be ready for anything. He said with Nash running the show, they can push the tempo a lot more if they please. It could be like facing Showtime 2.0, and we need to be prepared for that. I haven't even mentioned what Kobe can do. They might just see Showtime 2.0, guys.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. And that one's good.
And head coach Mike Brown, a very defensive-minded guy, worked as an assistant in San Antonio for years under Greg Popovich. And last year, his first with the Lakers, they were much improved defensively.
Oh! Here's LeBron. Oh, the one-hand jam.
You know, once he corralled that rebound, he was in just the right spot to power it back down.
You could see it coming too, couldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that was going to be a simple little putback. He saw the angle and he gave it a little something extra.
Howard, good. And you talk about the defensive first philosophy for Coach Mike Brown. Steve, it certainly helps to have the size the Lakers do inside to use that kind of system, to use that philosophy.
That's right, Kevin. And remember, they had the same philosophy in San Antonio when Mike Brown was an assistant because of the size with Duncan and Robinson. So with the Lakers size now, it's a similar defensive scheme, forcing everything to the baseline, into the help, make players shoot over the top of the Laker bigs. And it's been a blueprint for success for Mike Brown, not only in LA, but Cleveland, Indiana, and San Antonio as well.
Here's Chalmers. Steve Nash making his last shot. World peace against LeBron. Battier kicks to Bosh. Just 5 on the clock. Goes up on the high post. He dishes it to Chalmers. Dishes it to Wade. Second chance shot. Good. Wade's got 6.
Well, last couple of seasons, Dwayne Wade has shot just around 50%, among the best field goal percentages of his career. And obviously it helps playing with LeBron James. Gets a lot of transition baskets. Really didn't have to take a lot of bailout shots to beat the clock because LeBron was there for some of that as well.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Howard. Jamison comes in for Pau Gasol. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Steve Nash. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Meta World Peace. Outside, Kobe. Blake for 3. Howard dishes to Blake. He kicks to Kobe. in low to Hill. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
And a look back to last season where LeBron had third in scoring, third in steals, and he seemed to have a great touch from inside and out. He was in the top 15 in field goal percentage.
And how about that scoring average of his, Steve? I mean, you can't have any off night when you're able to put up those kinds of numbers.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Meta World Peace, he's checked in for Howard. Jody Meeks comes in for Kobe. And it's Nash in for Steve Blake. Kobe's checked in for the Lakers.
And just going back to the great scoring for Wade just for a minute here, guys. Last season, he and LeBron both really cut down on their outside shooting. It was noticeable and made a huge difference in their percentages and in their effectiveness. They really were looking to attack the paint a lot more.
Feeds to Kobe. That will count. No good trying to beat the buzzer. At the end of one, a closely contested.
The Heat 12.
Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
And a good start for this club. I like the way they played together, really moved the ball and did a nice job offensively.
Yeah, excellent ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard, too.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And they really got after it defensively throughout that entire game. All the turnovers they forced tell that story.
Yeah, and that was a major factor, Steve. I mean, the more turnovers they caused, the more they seem to rattle those guys.
Meta World Peace, he's checked in for the Lakers. And a new group in for the Heat. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Bosch. Lewis comes in for Shane Battier. Ray Allen, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Norris Cole in for Mario Chalmers. So with Howard sitting on the bench, this is the group Mike Brown has right now. Kobe, Meta, and Pau Gasol are the guys that make up the 2, 3, and 4 slots. Hill is out there with Nash.
Staples Center was just an unwelcoming venue all around last season, and the Lakers did their part by defending the home court not only with pride, but passion, too.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Kevin, the Heat's Mario Chalmers grew up in a tight-knit family. They followed him during his playing career, from Alaska to Kansas and now to the sunny shores of Miami. His father is his manager, and growing up was his basketball coach and his trainer. They used to get into heated one-on-one matchups, and Chalmers said he finally beat his dad when he was about 12 years old, saying, "I changed inside that day. I knew I could beat him, and because of that, I knew I could beat anybody. I haven't had doubts since. Never. Not once." A confident young man, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. That confidence has certainly served him well. Allen for 3. Miami no good on that time either. Lakers always tough, as you mentioned, Clark, here at home, and last year no different. Ended up
Oh, my goodness. What a huge play. And again, the lead changes hands.
Yep, back and forth we go, Steve. I mean, back and forth, neither side caving in.
And Norris Cole is going to pick up the foul.
That's his first personal
That's his
foul.
first foul.
Second team foul.
Outside, Kobe. 6 to shoot. Passes it to Gasol. Stolen by Lewis.
Oh, he was playing possum there, guys, and as soon as that pass came out of the post, he was on it.
And finished off by LeBron.
Throwing it down with one hand and making it look easy.
Easy and fun. He just thrives on making the D look silly.
Yeah, which is something he does pretty often, Kevin. And, you know, a lot of people aren't aware of this, but Eric Spoelstra's father was once the general manager of the Portland Trailblazers. And Eric went on to play at the University of Portland, had a nice career there before hooking on with the Miami Heat. He's been with the organization for a long time.
Timeout called the Lakers. And for Coach Spoelstra, Steve, as you mentioned, family ties in the business of basketball. He's been around it since he was a little guy.
Yeah, he knew relatively early on in his life that he wanted to stay around the game. After college, he played a couple of seasons professionally in Germany. and then ended up at the age of 25 working as an intern for the Heat as a video coordinator. So quite a climb for Eric Spoelstra.
And the Lakers making a change here. Howard's checked in. Mike Miller's checked in for the Heat. Wade comes in for Norris Cole.
You know, down there in the low post is where you really want to create a lot of your offense.
And world peace, of course, formerly known as Ron Artest, still one of the best defenders in the game, especially when he's guarding wing players with strength, because nobody is as strong as Artest. He uses that body well.
Yes, extremely strong and determined. And his unpredictability maybe brings even a little more as far as the intimidation factor goes. Here's world peace, following the score by Rashard Lewis. Just 5 to shoot. Outside, Kobe. The tray kept alive. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Miller. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Wade with the ball. Over Bryant. And there's another one for the Heat.
You know, the Lakers didn't really have the bite on defense they once had last season, Kevin. It showed up in their inability to create turnovers. They were at the bottom of the league in terms of steals.
And the Heat making a change here. Bosh is checked in. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, for the Heat last season, some adjustments made offensively, and maybe most importantly, LeBron and D-Wade resolved to get inside, and they cut down on their three-pointers. LeBron trimmed his three-point attempts almost in half. Wade cut his down to about a quarter from the prior year. Chris Bosh said, them getting down into that post, being aggressive, getting to the line and drawing fouls, I think is great for the team. LeBron James said, I'm just trying to focus on being in the paint and get to the free throw line. We have enough three-point shooters. Kevin?
Well, Doris, it makes sense. They're big group substitution here for the Lakers. Jordan Hill is checked in for Gasol. Jamison comes in for Meta World Peace. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Kobe. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Steve Nash. Here's Blake. Puts up a three. Snatched up. Howard. And he lays it straight in. Now it's just a three-point Heat lead.
You know, they're just getting hammered inside and really need to find a way to be tougher down there. They got to be physical. They got to man up in there.
I agree. I mean, you look at the points they're giving up, most of them seem to be coming inside the paint.
That's good. Bosh has got his second basket. Lakers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Blake for three, and that one's good.
There he goes. He didn't get a three in the first, but starting to look for it here.
Time running down now at the end of the quarter. They could go 2 for 1 if they decide to.
And I think that's what they need to do if the shot's there.
Allen kicks to Lewis, and the rebound goes to Howard. Howard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Antoine Jamison, the bucket on the assist by Meeks. And this game is tied up now. He'd have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Now here's Wade, guarded by Blake. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession.
Foul, Gasol.
9 seconds left to play in the first half.
Kobe Bryant.
Outside, Kobe. Over Allen. Got it off in time, but it's no good. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime.
24.
And we'll have the start of the second half when we come back after the break. But right now, let's go over to Damon Bruce with the Sprint Halftime Show. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
Look at the night for Steve Nash. He's got 8 points and also a couple of assists. Tell you what, he played those first 2 quarters like it was crunch time. I mean, full effort the entire half.
That's right. It didn't take him long to warm up, did it? He was firing on all cylinders right away.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. At the 2 and 3, the superstar duo of D-Wade and LeBron James. Chris Bosh is out there with Shane Battier, and it's Chalmers in at the 5.
Kevin, I think he's got to demand the ball. They need him to be more aggressive if they're going to take control of this game. You know, the Heat knew it was all about the playoffs for them last year, Kevin, and ultimately they would be judged on if they were able to win a title or not. That's maybe harsh, but that truly is the reality for that group.
It is there, you're right. Wade passes to LeBron. Offensive rebound. Wade gets the bucket. Wade's got 10.
He made that offensive rebound count. Nice job collecting the second chance points.
World Peace dishes to Howard. Takes it up. Jams it straight down.
Rock that rim. Gotta love that enthusiasm, folks.
Not only, Clark, did he rock the rim, he decided to hang around a bit for that one, too. I love it.
What a finish. That was just gorgeous.
Yeah, Clark, they cruised early, and once Derrick Rose got hurt and the Bulls were knocked out, they were the heavy favorites to reach the finals. But it was a struggle at times. You know, Indiana gave them a real good second round.
Yeah, and then Boston took them to 7 games in the Eastern Conference Finals, even had them down 3-2. But in the end, it was finally LeBron's turn, and he was amazing during the championship round against Oklahoma City. And it was very impressive the way he responded to his critics and played about as well as you could possibly play in the NBA Finals. Congratulations to Miami and to LeBron. Now let's take a look back to last year and the season Dwight Howard had. First in rebounding, second in field goal percentage, and he was a defensive presence in the paint, ranked number 3 in the league in blocked shots.
And, Steve, let's go back to his #1 ranking in rebounding. I mean, the top rebounder, that tells you just how good he was at not only rebounding, but he had to get in position, reading and reacting to miss shots.
It's Nash with the drive. It's stolen by Wade. Gives him the lead pass. And finished off by LeBron.
He would not be denied on that one, no matter what the defender threw at him.
Yeah, he needed just a little more effort to make that stop.
I don't know.
Watch out now.
Wow, that was unbelievable.
Look at that.
How about that?
Look at that.
Well, as skilled as LeBron is, what's most impressive is his athleticism. I think you could make the argument that he is the greatest athlete, not only in the history of the NBA, but in the history of sports.
Wow. Did you really say that?
Sure did.
I'd have to do some work on that one, partner. I do agree he's in that discussion and category. And you know how big and strong most of the athletes are in the NBA, and he can make a lot of them look like crash dummies when he's headed to the basket and they're trying to keep him from getting to the rim.
Well, come up with your list, and we'll talk about this. I like the awareness they had there. Guys were headed out on the break the instant the steal was made.
And they got the easy bucket because of it.
Jordan Hill.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Jordan Hill is checked in for Howard. Jamison comes in for Pau Gasol. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Kobe. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Steve Nash.
You know, with the Lakers, it's all about winning titles. Anything else is considered a disappointment. They were tested early, though.
I'm not sure what he was thinking about there. That's a strange foul.
Who knows? Maybe he just wanted to take a break for a minute.
Pau Gasol is checked in for Jordan Hill.
Way too loose on that inbounds pass.
Some changes for the Lakers. Howard comes in for Pau Gasol. And Kobe is subbed in for Jody Meeks. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Wade. Takes the 12-footer and hits. They've now scored 6 unanswered. Go back to that matchup for the Lakers against Denver. Kobe's illness. He had the stomach flu. Artest out with the suspension. Meta World Peace. You know, had gotten the late regular season suspension with the elbow to the side of the head of James Harden. Steve, they were certainly facing their struggles.
Yeah, and those struggles caught up to them in the next round, Kevin, when they lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder, the younger, more talented team winning in that one. So for the Lakers, you know, moving forward, they've got a lot of talent, but it's aging talent. And sooner or later, they're going to have to get younger on that roster.
And the Lakers making a change here. World Peace is checked in. The Heat also changing it up. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Bot. Lewis comes in for Shane Battier. And it's Allen in for Dwayne Wade. And Chalmers kicks to LeBron. LeBron is doubled. Haslam. And it's Meta World Peace with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul. Second team foul.
Allen for the three. The shot is off, and the Lakers take it the other way. This game against Miami here, their first look at the Heat.
Well, these two teams, both in the midst of great seasons last year, they played each other to a standstill in their regular season matchups, each winning once. Well, as far as jump shots go, that's as high percentage as it gets.
I'm not sure how that didn't go down.
Back to Nash. That's good, and it's Kobe with the assist. 10 points for Nash. Going back to what Steve talked about, their battles last year were two of the Clark biggest games of the regular season.
And Kevin, I think a big part of the reason those games were that big is because they only squared off twice, and that just added and increased to the anticipation.
The Heat shooting their first free throw of the night.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. World Peace, good.
Now, they may have to climb on his back to get back into this game.
Chalmers passes to LeBron. Back to Chalmers. Fires from deep. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. Jamison with it. Outside, Kobe.
Oh, look out, man. Now we're cooking with gas, partner. My goodness.
A breathtaking display of aerial supremacy, no doubt.
It's almost unfair, guys. I mean, when you can get up that high, that's crazy.
Here's LeBron. Again, the Heat good for two.
He can cause a defense just so many problems. There aren't many ways to slow him down.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
Such a careless pass. You got to keep your head in the game here.
I don't think it's possible to make a better pass than that, guys.
And he finished so well, Clark, too. Not too shabby on that jam.
Not bad at all.
Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Heat out front, up 11. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And the Heat call time here.
Well, LeBron James winning his third MVP in 4 seasons last year. By the numbers anyway, far and away the best player in the league, averaging around 27 points, 8 boards, 6 assists, almost a walking triple-double.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address his team. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
Thanks, Doris. Kobe and Meta the wings with the big Pau Gasol at the 4. Nash out there with Howard. That's the Laker 5. Outside, Lewis. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Lewis has got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Heat. And going back to LeBron last season, playing the best basketball of his career.
Yeah, and he easily could have won 4 years in a row the MVP trophy, but voter fatigue, I think, does kick in. It's not something people want to hear, but it's a reality. If you ask me, LeBron has been the best in the game for probably 5 or 6 years at least. There's nobody that does what he does on a consistent basis.
Dwayne Wade
gets it to go.
Boy, what a great job of getting into the teeth of the defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's been their main point of attack. I mean, get the ball deep and try to score from in tight rather than rely on their outside shooting. I mean, that's a more consistent way to score it. Take it inside.
Wade kicks to Allen. Pass to Bosh. Up with it. And he makes good on the layup.
Well, they've just feasted on all of these turnovers here, guys.
Yeah, well, when opportunity knocks, you better answer it, guys, because they've done a great job of converting those errors into points at the other end.
And here's Kobe for 3. Kobe can't get that one to fall.
He just hasn't been able to build any momentum in this game. He's got to find something out there.
Allen for the 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got assist number 8 now on the night. And World Peace kicks to Kobe. And nothing is falling for him right now.
Tell you what, things just aren't bouncing his way this quarter.
Back to Miller. Kicks it out to Allen. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Wade with it. Guarded now by Nash. The jump hook. No good from Wade.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
And Kobe, here we go. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
And you really don't want to give up too many dunks like that. One is too many.
Oh, yeah, no, certainly you're right. You know, that's making it way too easy for sure.
Yeah, major breakdown defensively. They've got to tighten things up here.
Wade dishes to Miller. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Wade's got 9 assists in the game. Great passer. Antoine Jameson's checked in for Meta World Peace. LeBron, he's checked in for Miami. Chalmers comes in for Ray Allen. Kobe goes in. And again, no good by the Lakers.
Good, tough defense there. Getting a hand up, forcing that miss.
Well, he's got the reputation of being a tough defender, and there was an example right there for you.
Just cruising to the finish line.
Yeah, and barring something catastrophic happening, it looks like they'll go home with a nice victory here.
Here's Nash. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. And 12 points for Nash.
I like it. He could have gone for the forced finish, but opted instead for kind of the nice smooth finger roll. I like it.
Chalmers' shot is no good. Lakers trail by 18. It's Howard with the drive. Rises up and throws it down.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
Such an imposing finisher around the rim. Intimidating to the defense, really. Yeah, this is a done deal here. They've pretty much finished this team off.
Yep, we can put this one in the books. Too much to overcome now.